Hello, everyone, and happy holidays. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. We are a few days coming up on the first of 2025. Hope your holidays were great, your Christmas, the celebrations that you have had, and hopefully you've enjoyed your family, your friends, and all your acquaintances as we get ready to close on 2024. Again, I'm Mark Entrekin. As you can see on the page, it's all about achieving unity and ending the anger and the hate and the prejudice that we see all over the world. But it comes down to us on how we can end that. The Achieving Unity guide is on the page. If you want to, you can do the QR code in the bottom right to bring up the guide. And the next few weeks, I hope to also put a podcast together that discusses the guide entirely. Creating solutions, one reality at a time. That's us. Transform your world today. It's about achieving unity through encouragement, inspiration, and inclusion. No one has ever created anything that has been a project or a product or a service alone that has built America, United States of America, North America, South America, Central America, around the world. We haven't done it alone. So what we're going to do is start making our world a better place today and tomorrow. We'll go into that more in a few minutes. But with the ability for me to come and speak at engagements, focusing on this keynote about achieving unity by harnessing the power of encouraging, inspiring, and including others. And I want to hear that over and over and over, and I hope you do also, because we want to be creating high value solutions through strong, agile experiences. Another facet of what I speak on. Because with my extensive experience as a senior business consultant and my Agile certifications, as well as ITIL certifications, I leverage the Agile framework using Scrum and Kanban to break down complex problems into minimum viable products or services, creating solutions that deliver the highest value. Many things that we can do on our process through a creating unity because we can truly quadruple our ROI, our return on investment, by improving our EII. That's our encouraging, inspiring, and including others. This is our Achieving Unity weekly podcast. This is our last podcast of 2024. It's our last podcast on Thursday afternoon because starting on January 8th, they become a Wednesday podcast. So we are moving to Wednesdays, and it'll be the same time, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, same time as now, but just moving a day earlier as I start moving my courses in on Thursday. My first course will be on February 6th. And I'll give you more information about that. Please contact me. I'd love to be part of it. I have a online seminar, sometimes called webinar, on January 16th. I'll also have one on January 30th. Please contact me. I would love for you to be there. I'll send more information out. Join me on my newsletter list. Great information coming out on the first and third Thursdays of every month. So, Reality Focused Dynamics, what do? They deliver success focused solutions. Again, please contact us today for more information on, as I mentioned, using Agile and Lean outside of software. Most of the people that know the Agile Manifesto realize that it's based on software. We take it to another level. Agile is the ability to create and respond to changes and improvements. It enables success in uncertain and possibly struggling environments by emphasizing adaptability through better collaboration and better communication. Too many times we are making decisions based on culture, based on a prior learning. Sometimes we carry cultures forward that were learned when we were just a few years old, first grade, kindergarten. Those have got to be improved. We must start improving them. And I'll show you more about that as we go forward today. Lean is a methodology focused on maximizing value by minimizing waste and optimizing your processes through continuous improvement, effectiveness, and efficiency. These philosophies can be used in every discipline, in every vertical, including our homes. And I receive a lot of feedback that talks about, well, a lot of my work is on the culture side, on prejudices in the families and in the social areas, but they also impact us on the work in the office. So much of what I talk about is broad. It's spread out in everything we do, personally, professionally, socially. There are solutions to what problems that we are encountering today because of lack of communication, or saying you need somebody strong to help you when the strength is within us. Because when you're looking for others to make decisions for you, family, friends, your social circle, those are the wrong decisions. You need to be able to talk to and with, communicate, collaborate the people that are important in your decision making. And that is where achieving unity comes from. Connect with me and I'll show you how to break all issues, all products, all services down from the most complex business projects, including rocket science. I have worked for Boeing, Lockheed Martin. I have worked on the rockets. I've seen a rocket being built. I've seen the liftoffs. Those are complex, but they can also be broken down to the steps. Sometimes as simple as training each other or even our teenagers. Think of a busy morning at family breakfast. You've got kids around the house. Everyone has somewhere to go from work to school, many other events or locations. Kids are going here, kids are going there. Maybe they're in sports, maybe they're in chess match. Instead, have the night before a family stand-up meeting each evening during which everyone shares their task for the next day. Place sticky notes on the fridge. Put those sticky notes up there with the chores and the responsibilities. And each person, as they accomplish it, can move that sticky note from to do to done. Create a breakfast station with pre-portioned ingredients and a weekly meal plan. When we minimize decision fatigue and reduce the time that we spend searching for items, we help everyone participate in a smoother and more efficient process. Communicate, collaborate, collaborate, communicate and collaborate. Don't forget, your communication and collaboration are the keys that unlock the door to success in everything we do, personally and professionally. Achieving unity through encouragement, inspiration, and inclusion. Too many times we think encouragement, oh, that's that wimpy stuff other people do. No, encouraging people is powerful. You can harness the power of encouraging others because of the depth of your own knowledge, your heart, your emotion, your knowledge, your intelligence, your ability, our ability to encourage others helps us as a team, helps us individually, and spreads the word that it is good to encourage others instead of being insecure, immature, and sometimes even childish by having to find wrong instead of finding right. We can inspire others. That inspiration, inspire others to do better, which makes us feel better. No matter what our little circle might be, we've heard the saying, we're most like the five people we're around the most. Are you around your kids the most? Are you around your spouse the most? Who are your friends that you're around the most? They will inspire you to do what you're going to do, good or bad. And when you look at your friends, who do you include, who you not do not include? Where are your fears? Who do you question that you see? You question someone who may have more earrings than you do? Maybe they have earrings in places that aren't their ears? Maybe they smoke. Maybe they have something else. What is it, that difference that comes out? If we can start encouraging and inspiring and including others, we can build so much more. Whether two people, four people, eight people, 16, 32, 64, you can just go on to 6,400 people. We can do it. Encouragement can be the powerful force that fuels the core of empowerment. That powerful force that fuels the core of empowerment. We empower each other. We encourage others to help establish and accomplish those tasks. We can inspire each other to achieve every goal. Unity is what makes us a successful team. Include others. Celebrate the victory with others. And those victories can be personal or they can be professional. As I mentioned over and over and over, and I hope you'll ask me more questions about this. How does this work personally and professionally? What do we do at home that we take to work? What do we do at work that we bring home? Together, we can truly overcome every challenge. Are we facing relationship challenges? How about parenting difficulties? Are you, someone you know, are they struggling with relationship issues or parenting time issues as a divorced or divorcing family, divorcing parent? We can transform that frustration into understanding by saying, what the frustration? Where is the value in our actions? Are we breaking things apart? Are we listening to others that's destroying the people that we are the closest to? Are others saying something should be a certain way when you know in your mind, in your heart, in your soul what you must do? One of the things we know about is we must put value in our actions. If there's no action that has value, there must not be any action. If we're not working toward value, we're working toward a deficit. There's no reason for us to do anything else. We must also realize that anger holds absolutely none of that value. None. What is anger? Anger is just actions not gaining effective results. ANGER. Actions not gaining effective results. When has anyone that's been angry ever impressed you? They may have a good point, but is the anger required? That communication, that collaboration means so much. What the frustration? Yes, we get frustrated, but let's control it. Let's get away from that area that's causing that frustration. Life happens from personal relationships to parenting time to prenuptial agreements. And again, anymore, nuptials aren't required. Too many of us are not getting married, and that's okay. That's good in a lot of cases. But the agreement to know what you're up against, to what you can do, where the values are, is so important. We can learn to embrace and enjoy every moment and every challenge together. Here are the two QR codes. You can get to the website home on the left, our website contact page on the right. You need to contact me or want to know something or do something with me? Let's get together. Contact me. Ask questions. When's my next keynote speech? When's my next course? I'll tell you right now, the next course is, as I mentioned, February 6th. Get in touch with me. I'd love for you to be part of the course. It's a great way for us all to start working toward achieving unity by harnessing that value of harnessing the power that creates the value of encouraging, inspiring, and including others personally and professionally. Our upcoming podcast, okay, New Year's Day, let's watch football. A lot of good games on the football field on New Year's Day. A lot of great families to do other things with. Let's enjoy New Year's Day. We will not have a podcast that day. Enjoy the start of your new year. Put your plans together. How are we going to make 2025 the best year yet? We must work together to do that. On the 8th, we have Fresh Start Relationships. Amy Scowen. We're going to start the year off right. She's going to help us with relationships. Married, not married? What are you looking for in a relationship? Naked Leadership comes next. Shift your mindset. That's with Carol Metz Murray. She'll be with us on January 15th, helping us shift our mindset a little bit to build a better world in 2025. Then the Family Structure Repairment Coach, Jamie Bazell. That's on the 22nd of January. Then we have a great one with Jennifer Gell. She's going to talk about empowering men, vision for honorable leadership. That's on the 29th of January. That's talking about it's not wrong to be a person that can open doors for others. How many people would love to have that kind of respect? How many people would love to help your spouse take your their coat off? Men used to be very gentlemanly, but it's come a long way. And we've sometimes turned against it when it's still the greatest strength, again, for a man to be able to be respectful to the woman and the woman to be able to appreciate it. But men, you can do it. Let's be empowered. Let's get back to us. Come back on the 29th and talk to us with Jennifer Gell. Be another great podcast. All right, for today, we don't have a guest. I didn't want to get somebody out. I talked to a few people, but again, the day after Christmas for a lot of people, not the best day for us to be getting away from family, away from friends. But let's share that time. But I wanted to continue with our podcast so you can listen to the recording, be able to come back, ask me questions, let me know if you have questions. The first one, what is unity? Unity, we hear it a lot. Goes back maybe to that term earlier of, is that just two buddies? What is unity? Is that a schoolroom? Is that a office room? Unity is the valuable awareness of our hearts, our minds, our souls, of us coming together as a benefit to all in saving time, money, and heartache. Yes, it saves your time. How many of you have more than 24 hours a day? I know I've talked to people before that thought they did. Doesn't happen. There's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's all we have. So let's benefit from creating that and achieving that unity to save that time and make the best of it. How about money? We can do better. We can save more financially by teaming up, by unity, not fighting, not finding something wrong. We definitely need to work toward that unity to save that money, increase our value, and then, of course, heartache. Too many times we're talking to others. We're not talking to the one that matters. Too many times that heartache originates by lack of communication, the desire or the culture. We talk to others instead of the person that's involved. And you know what? That's not just personally. That happens at the office as well. It is not just in the relationships of our homes, from boyfriend, girlfriend, man, woman, mother, father, male, female. It's all around us in everything that we do. The person that you question may have the right answer, but are you afraid to ask that question because of the difference itself that you're questioning? Deep question. Let's think about that a second. What about that person you want to ask that question to? When you're achieving unity, are you asking the question that needs to be asked? Let's go home. Your spouse. Do you have a question? Are you asking your friends, your family, your daughters, your children? That's not where you need to go. You need to go to the person that has the answer. There may be a difference of some kind. the home, of course, male, female, mother, father, man, woman. Is that the difference that stops you from asking the question? What about at work? What about in the office? Hmm, maybe they're a lighter tan color. Maybe they're a little bit of darker brown color. Maybe they have those earrings. Maybe they smoke. Maybe they have an income level difference. What is it that's causing us to hold back on asking the question that's important? Do we need to know how to do something, but we're afraid to ask because then somebody might think we're not as smart as they are? If they're a caring person, that doesn't matter. If they're not a caring person, we need to know that. We need to be able to ask those questions, those tough questions. We must learn to ask what's important, no matter who it is, no matter what their race, creed, color, income level, age, car they drive. We need to ask the right people. When you look at differences, who is different to you? This is really a good question, a very good question for spouses. Yes, we're all different, but as a spouse and as a relationship, isn't that the most caring team? We can talk about the teams at work, and we need to talk to each other. We need to be able to share across to the team. So we need to talk to that person that we feel is hmm, smarter, not as smart, but may know the answer I need. That difference has got to be pushed aside. That difference that might be there. And I want to stress over and over, this is about personal relationships. It's about professional relationships. It's about social relationships. Hope you read my articles. It's on the blog, www.marketrecord.com/blogs. Read about some of the things that I'm talking about today, because we have to figure out what is the value of the differences that we see on a day-to-day basis. Who's different from you? Is your best friend different? Oh, no, I can talk to my best friend all the time. Okay, sure. Yes, you can. Are they different? In a lot of ways, they are. Sometimes they're concepts. Sometimes the things that we believe. Our culture. Who taught me that? Little stories about my mother, and she's the one that taught me about being positive and growing. But my family's also told me about some traits I've picked up from her that, hmm, I didn't like that trait when she had it. Why do I have it? But we pick up on those traits, that culture, and we learn, and we become somewhat the same. Not as much with a difference, but sometimes we become the same. And then it comes down to the point that we are all the same, except where we choose to be different. Again, in my speeches, I talk about the blood types, our blood groups. There's 4 blood types: type A, type B, type AB, and type O. That's the 4 blood types. Blood groups, what do you call them? I call it our love circulation. But no matter where you go, if you are in some other country, you're in North America, South America, Central America, China, Russia, Scandinavia, anywhere around the world, if you're injured or for some reason need to be in the hospital for any kind of surgery, they're not going to call back home and say, okay, where do you live? So we can find out what your neighbor's doing, so if you'll donate blood for us. They don't call your friends and say, hey, you're a friend, you're a best friend of this person, we need some blood. No, they don't say that, because that AB, and O blood type is around the world for the people who care enough to donate. That's what's important. We do have differences in our culture. Do have differences in our ideas, but we're all the same. We have to put together our values to learn where those differences are, where they need to be, and where they shouldn't be. That's what we have to think about first. And as I talk about that, you say, well, around the world, well, I don't like those people. Who are those people? Hmm. Sometimes we deliver what's called hate. What is hate? Hate is nothing more than having accelerated troubles expectations. Having accelerated troubled expectations. Ah, we all hate it when it rains on our parade. Are we expecting it to rain? Bring an umbrella. Those troubled expectations are going to infect our attitude. In fact, all the things that we do is going to turn it wrong. Are we looking for wrong? Or are we looking for right? What does that weather report say? I know I've talked to a good friend of mine, and we look at one weather report, another weather report, and they could be 5 degrees difference. So I said, well, I'm going to use this weather report because I like that temperature better. That's put fun into it. Let's don't have those accelerated troubled expectations. Let's have fun with what comes up. I hate it when I'm out of milk. Well, let's do other things so that I don't run out of milk. Let's do what we can so I don't have that rain for the parade. Well, how do I do that? Well, I have help. What do you mean you have help? Well, I have excellent leadership plans. HELP. Ah, yeah, I know I use a lot of acronyms, but they help us remember. Help having excellent leadership plans to remember. That's exactly what we need. Let's get out of the hate and turn to the help. This whole process comes to how we are achieving unity by harnessing the power of encouraging, inspiring, and including each other personally and professionally. By being the person that turns to having excellent leadership plans that help, we can. We can create the values that earn for each of us, that build for each of us. This is the help we all need. And it's how we can help each other by helping others build excellent leadership plans. Happens at home, helps at home, helps at the office, helps socially. It's what we can do, it's what we can build. Relationships that are personal, relationships that are business, to any kind of relationships and communication. What is the excellent leadership plan that we need to build a better tomorrow? Well, sometimes our plans don't work. Sometimes those excellent leadership plans didn't work out right. Well, what are we going to do? Get angry? Yeah, what's anger? Angers are actions not gaining effective results. ANGER. I would love to bring this to you, a family, individually, small office team, large office team, corporation, enterprise. Let's come together and talk about these things. What is anger? We see it at work. Maybe it comes from the hate. When we hated that rain on the parade or coming to work and there's snow on the ground, somebody pulled in front of me. I had that road rage. Where is the value in that anger? We just carry it to work with us. Or maybe we're going home. We carry it home with us. Where is that value? Where is the value in anger? There is none because those actions are not gaining effective results. Have you ever seen somebody get angry and you thought, ooh, wow, that's the way I want to be? No. Anger happens. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm probably the king, queen, person, what do you want to call it? Be generic in the questions there. I'm good at anger, but also good at controlling my anger. Because I know when I'm angry, my voice goes up. And I know that I need to calm down or get away. That's what has to happen when things aren't working. When you get that frustration, when you have that hate, if you can't build a leadership plan, your anger is not helping because it's just actions not gaining effective results. Remember, this is good information for us to carry personally and professionally. When was the last time you had anger? Did it show you? Did it prove any value? Sure, somebody might have acted different, but did they take it to their heart what you had anger about? What you were angry about? Not likely. Instead, what we need to do is be calm. Calm what? Calm. We need to be canceling anger leading motivation. Canceling anger leads motivation. Canceling anger leads mastering, mastering ourselves. We've got to be calm. 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 Canceling anger leads motivation. If you can cancel your anger lead motivation, you'll be a master because that's what we all want to be. It's about being calm. It's about taking that anger or that hate and being calm. Because if we can cancel it, the anger comes, you can look for a different direction. What do they say? The best road is the road less traveled. Let's make sure that we know that the best road to take may be the less traveled, but it's the one we need to take. And that's that road that cancels anger. Sometimes you don't get along with people. We need to find out why. We need to talk about it. What's causing anger? What's causing that to happen? We need to work on that and be canceling that anger, leading motivation. We can master it. We can be calm. This is what we need to be, what we need to do. Again, this is the end of 2024 when this is being recorded. December 26th, day after Christmas for most people. I think it's Boxing Day for some people. Coming to the end of 2024, what are we going to do in 2025? What do we want 2025 to be like? Can it be calm? Can we cancel the anger this year? Lead the motivation? I can't motivate you. I hope I can give you the words to help you motivate yourself. This is not for me to do. It's not for you to do for others. It's for what we all do for ourselves. And that's where calm comes in. It's our exercise. It's what we do. It's what we can master. Well, in this world today, what about prejudice? What is prejudice? Well, I read that there's over 43 identified prejudices. We don't have time to go through them today, but we do know prejudice can be anything from race, creed, color, gender, age, income levels, tattoos, no tattoos, earrings, no earrings, smokes, doesn't smoke. Yes, those are all prejudices. We think, well, race is the prejudice, and that is a major prejudice. You're right. But yet, race is only a social construct. That's right. Go to your doctor, say, run a DNA test for me and tell me what my race is. You'll be there a while. There is no medical, scientific construct of race. Yes, they can do statistics and find that there's more people in a certain area of town, more people at a certain income level that may relate to more people of a certain skin color. Again, how many times have you ever seen somebody that was truly white? Take a piece of white paper. You see white paper? I don't know if you can see this on the screen or not. This is a notepad. It's white. I'm not white. How about black? There are some people that are darker skinned than others. Some are a little bit more brown, some a little bit more tan. When I spent the winter in Mexico, I was much more tan, much browner. But again, it's a social construct. We define it. Art Still, defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs, won many awards. Told me the best ones. I was talking about this with him. He told me, he said, what he does when he fills out a form and it asks for race, it has the usual red, yellow, black, brown, white, or other. He says he always checks other. And then there's a little blank spot right there to fill in what is other. He said he puts in human, human race. That's where we all need to be. We need to eliminate prejudice. Why? Well, what prejudice has meant for so long and what it means for so many today, prejudice, Prejudice, poor reactions echoing jealousy and undermined delivery of an immature and cruel ego. Prejudice, poor reactions, echoing jealousy, undermined delivery, immature, cruel ego. That's what prejudice is. Why would anybody be proud of that? Why would anybody say, I don't like that person because? Does that take us back to the hate? Does that take us back to the anger? Hate. What again is hate? Having accelerated, troubled expectations. Sorry. Yeah, I have it up on the wall. I read it every day. Having accelerated, troubled expectations, that's a hate. And the hate can cause prejudice because we have troubled expectations. Does that gain us any value? Didn't we talk about value earlier? Can we talk about it again and again and again? Where is the value? Go to go to whereisthevalue.com. There is no value in that. Prejudice today. Prejudice is poor reactions, echoing jealousy, undermined delivery of an immature and cruel ego. Anytime we're prejudiced. Well, what can it be tomorrow? Can we change prejudice? We can only change it, we can improve it. Change is short term, improve is long term. Let's improve it. Tomorrow, let's take prejudice, Prejudice, positive reactions, echoing justice, and understanding delivered inclusion by creating excellence. Prejudice, positive reactions, echoing justice, understanding delivered inclusion, creating excellence. Prejudice. We could do it. We must want to do it. Leadership plans help. Having excellent leadership plans. We can do this. No doubt about it. In that hate, in that anger, but instead extinguish prejudice. Let's make prejudice again. Prejudice. Positive reactions, echoing justice, understanding delivered inclusion, creating excellence. Delivered inclusion. That means we do it. Delivered. You're delivering inclusion. It's an action. It's not just a thought. It's what we do day to day. It's how we make this world a better place, each and every one of us, you and me, all of us. We can do it by working together in our process. We can do it through an opportunity. What is opportunity? APPORT, capital UNITY, unity. It's all about achieving unity. It's achieved by encouraging, inspiring, and including others, personally and professionally. We can do it. We can do it together. We can do it about what we want to do each and every day. End anger, end hate, extinguish prejudice. And we can do that each and every day that we go through. And as we talk about that, we can do it together, working together, building together, and sharing together. Excuse me, as I bring my screen over. Apologize. It's running with multiple screens. It's challenging at times, but it's definitely worth it overall. So I'm checking for chats across here. What we want to do is end everything to do with hate, anger, and prejudice, personally and professionally. How do we do that? There's many ways that I can come into your company, talk with you and your family. Is it difficult? Absolutely. I know I have troubles with it myself. It's not about being easy. I don't have an acronym for easy. It's not one of those yet. It's not, there's an acronym for more than 24 hours in a day, but it's about us working together, building together. Stop listening to others. How many times have we listened to others that they told us we should do something and it blows up in our face? Could we have some good ideas? Sure. But we think them through. Is there value? Where is the value.com? That's where we need to go. That's where we need to be. That's where we must be. We must think about where is the value for each and every one of us? How do we make it valuable? We can go back to everything we've talked about so far today. That hate, that anger, that prejudice, everything we do that brings us down to that opportunity, or maybe it brings us up to that opportunity for a better community. Personally, professionally, it's what we all need. It's what we all must have. It's where we build into a better tomorrow. What about at your company or corporation? What's it like there? How about your CEO, CIO, CFO, all the C-suite, Chief Information Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Technology Officer? I'm a Chief Transformational Officer, CTO, Chief Transformational Officer, because I believe and I share transformation. And that's what we all must do. But at your office, who is your transformational officer? Who is going through the things that we, you and me, us, talking about today? We must transform the way we were yesterday, the cultures that we come through today, each and every one of us, to take that information and take it to the next level. How many people at your office, how many people at your home are finding wrong? Finding wrong. What does that mean? They come home and they've had a bad day. I use this story in one of my articles. Person comes home from work. They were told to do this, told to do that. Then when they did it, it didn't work out right because something else went wrong. Somebody told them this, that wasn't right. They have to work overtime. They've got to go home. They've got to buy and pick up the kids from school. Traffic's terrible. They go home. They get in the door. Kids rush through. But then there's this little puppy comes to see you. Puppy's come there bouncing on your legs. Yeah, you want to get the dog. Let's get that dog away. I got to get off my coat. I got to put my briefcase down. I've got this. I've got that. So what do? You kick the dog. You wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. People do. The dog's not the problem. It's our controlling ourselves. It's our managing that hate, that anger, that prejudice. Managing our situation, managing us, being calm because we can be calm. Canceling anger leads motivation. Canceling anger leads mastering. That's what we can do in our processes. What we can do each and every day to take us to the next level. Again, this is my last podcast for 2024. That's why I wanted to kind of close with this and talk about how we can work together through 2025. Alive to strive 2025. That's what we can do. That's what we can be. That's what we must do. That's what we must be. So what do we do in this to build that better world, to see what we can do for each other as we are achieving unity, each and every one of us together? That's what we must do. We've got to build and grow and achieve processes that we understand, the processes that we need, because that's where we go, each and every one of us, to build a better life, to grow more, to do more, to share in what we do, because it is us that makes that difference. It is us that makes the world a better place, whether we're at home, we're at work, wherever we might be. It's up to us to build that difference, to make it more unique, make it helpful in what we do each and every time, because that's our processes, that's our ability. We must grow it forward each and every time that we do what we do. So I had a screen set up here to working. It's not coming up for me because I wanted to talk a little bit more about how we do what we do with what we do. And I think that our ability to understand what we're doing each and every day, ending that anger, ending the hate, eliminating that prejudice, that's where we go. That's where we grow. That's how we make our world a better place. Achieving that unity through that power of harnessing that power, encouraging, inspiring, and including others. Because that is where we go. That is where we grow in everything that we do. It's up to us. We must work together to make it happen. That's what we do each and every day. I'm sorry, I lost my screen. That's one of the things to talk about here about our call to action, because the call to action is so important. What we do, what we build, how we grow. It is a process that we must know to use, to build. It's for us to grow in the things that we do every day. I know it seems hard, but yet sometimes it seems easy. But our growth is important. Of course, working on these computers, I want to apologize, is also important. And here we go. I've got it. Where does the computer hide this stuff sometimes? I don't know. But what we can do, each and every one of us, is empowering that call to action. What are we going to do? Where are we going to grow? It's a call to action. So what we can do as we grow forward, as we build forward in the processes. I'm going to save this real quick and bring it into a Word document and drag it over. Isn't this embarrassing? I could be mad right now. I could be angry. Oh, this computer makes me so mad, and it does. A very close friend of mine used to laugh at me because I would be so angry working and talking to Microsoft. Here's how the software is supposed to work. It doesn't work. Why not? But it was funny. I was glad she shared those things with me. But what we must do is not be angry. Control that anger. Because what good would it have done for me to get angry at that computer? Would there have been any value? No, I would look foolish on the screen, wouldn't I? And it is frustrating. Sometimes you just can't do that. What the frustration? Personally and professionally, let me come talk to you. Let's get together on a screen like this, a Zoom session. We can do Microsoft, we can do so many different Zoom sessions or video sessions, but let's reach the end to it. Let's start reaching for the value. Call me, talk to me. 303 focused, FOCUSED. 303-362-8733. Love to hear from you. www.achievingunity.com. Connect with me. www.markentrekin.com. www.whatthefocused.com. Contact me. I'm easy to get hold of. And I say that because we must start empowering our call to action. I'm asking you to join me in this journey to create a more inclusive and harmonious world. Together, we can achieve unity and end hate, anger, and prejudice. We can make a difference one step at a time, personally and professionally. This is not just for the personal, just at home. Too many things at home we take to work, and we don't perform well at work either. Let's work together for home, work, personally, professionally, socially. Let's do it. Let's be reflective and inspirational. Remember, the power to change and improve the world starts with each of us. By embracing unity and ending those negative emotions, we can build a much brighter future for all of us. We can inspire and include others in our mission, each one of us, each and every one of us, over and over. What looks good about angry? I'm impressed for those of us who watch the NFL and the NCAA football, even in basketball, a lot of these sports, they're making more rules, more flags are thrown because of anger on the field. And you think, well, they're on a football field, maybe even a baseball field. That's what they do. Well, if you're on that field or you're in that ring, like the boxing ring for Boxing Day, you both have a contract that says these things can happen. But if you're not on that field, if you're not on that tarp, in that ring, don't do it. Each of us, stop. We must have personal commitment. We must be committed to helping ourselves achieve unity and end hate, end anger, extinguish prejudice. Must be in our personal and professional life. We can work together to create a culture of encouragement, inspiration, and inclusion. Remember the story, four blood types. We are all the same. Visionary, motivational. We can be. Our world is ours. We saw what happened in 2024. What do we want to see in 2025? It's our vision. We can create the mission. We can imagine and put into progress a world where unity prevails and hate and anger and prejudice are things of the past. We learn from day to day. Those are things of the past. Hate, anger, prejudice, things of the past. We've talked about them. We understand them better now. The vision is within our reach. If we can commit to encouraging, inspiring, and including others, let's make this vision a reality. It's something that we can do, you and I, each and every one of us. Too many people think that, oh, being nice and say, I'm sorry, oh, that's wimpy. We've talked about this earlier, but it's not. We can harness that power. How many times have you gone to walk across the street and there's a car coming and you stop? You flag the car by. You're going into a grocery store, let's say. You're walking up there, there's a crosswalk there, but that car's coming, but you stop before you walk into that crosswalk. Yes, you have the right of way. What does that car that's speeding up there all of a sudden do? You slow down. What should they do? Well, they shouldn't be going fast to begin with. I shouldn't be going fast to begin with. But as soon as you do that, they also slow down. If we stand up and we're going to walk across that crosswalk one way or another, it's a crosswalk. I have my rights. I'm not going to argue with that car. Those car bumpers hurt. But the bottom line to the story is when you're encouraging others, when you're inspiring others, when you're including others, we all work together so much better. By harnessing that power of encouraging others, let that car go through. They may have an emergency that we don't know about. Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they go first. If we have to be that first, we may have a mental issue. Mental health is an exercise, just like a muscle. I read a lot because of that. Mental health is a muscle, just like what we build on our arms, our legs. It's that strength that we have, and we must learn to harness that power through encouraging, inspiring, and including others. And if you are a CEO, CIO, CFO, C-suite, your senior leader, I want to talk to your people too. I want to talk to your teams. Please call me. Let's get focused. FOCUSED 303-362-8733 303 focus. We can do this. We can do this together. If you're a family, if you're a team, let's talk. There are times when somebody just doesn't want to change. Improvement is not in their vocabulary. Let's work on that. Let's see what we can do together. Some people are set. That culture we talked about earlier. Have they learned to listen to their family or their friends? Have they learned to go to them? Maybe they go out to dinner with this group of friends. Maybe they have this friend they talk to often. That friend has given them bad information before, but they go back and do it again and again. Let's talk. Let's see if we can all help us learn. Let's take that call to action. Let's build what we're building together and grow forward. Change is inevitable, but improvement is a choice. We must choose to improve. We must be able to, as we're coming up at the end of 2024, we must be able to reflect on this year that's gone by and look forward to the priorities of a new beginning. What did we do in 2024 that we want to take forward? What do we want to leave behind? Hope this information I've shared with you today has resonated with you, sparked a desire for positive change and improvement. Change is short term, improvements long term. Let's improve through the new year. The journey towards a more inclusive and harmonious world is one we must embark on together, achieving unity. It's a journey of understanding, empathy, and action. Nothing helps without action. Talking to others doesn't help. Talk to the person that you need to talk with to solve the issues that are in front of you today. We must be where we strive to and bridge those divides, build those connections through communication and collaboration, not through others, but through ourselves. Remember, every step that we take, no matter how small, contributes to that larger goal of ending hate, anger, and prejudice. Let's carry the spirit of unity and hope into the new year and commit to making a difference one step, 1 minute, 1 hour, one day, 1 week at a time. We can do this. Thrive, strive to thrive 2025. Thrive to strive in 2025. I wish you all a very happy and healthy new year. And I hope it's filled with joy, peace, and the courage to make a positive impact on yourself and those around you. I eagerly look forward to seeing all of you on January 8th. Let's remember, 2025, we're moving to Wednesdays. But we need to be ready to continue the important work together. Because we can do it. You and I. It's our choice. Let's talk. Let's create a solution. Creating solutions, one reality at a time. That will help us as we focus and are focused on achieving unity by harnessing the power of encouraging, inspiring, and including each other, including others, personally and professionally. I wish you all the best. Hope you have a wonderful new year. I hope you're able to make this next year the best year ever. And now I've got to find my end of the screen.